Tonight on CTV 11, we have an inside look at the Pompeii Exhibit on campus and an analysis of the new Climate Action Initiative.
Then we hit the runway with coverage of the CSU Fashion Show and later an incredible story from a student who discovered his family's invincible past. All this and more on CTV News starting now. Good evening, CSU. I'm reporter Kiara.
And I'm Sydney Paul. Let's get started on the stories of the day. One adult and a child are dead and 2 other people have been injured following a head-on crash in Fort Collins Sunday morning. The crash occurred near the intersection of Harmony Road and Hinsdale Drive at about 11:40 a.m. Police say that the driver of a Pontiac Vibe headed west on Harmony Road and crossed over the center lane, crashing head-on into a 2001 Chevrolet pickup truck. The driver of the Pontiac died at the scene. The driver of the pickup, identified as Brian Sauer, 42 of Fort Collins, and 2 children who were inside the Pontiac were taken to the hospital. One of the children was pronounced dead at the hospital. The Larimer County coroner identified the driver of the Pontiac as Tracy Salazar, 32. The child who died at the hospital was Salazar's and was identified as 7-year-old Alika Salazar.
CSU's Holocaust Awareness Week starts this Friday, and a student here at CSU made a remarkable discovery about how the Holocaust impacted his ancestry.
I didn't know I was Jewish until I found out my grandma was a Holocaust survivor.
In a mundane circumstance, Henry Kiofsky's life would change forever.
But then one day my grandmother wrote a book. This book actually.
In the book titled Her Name Shall Remain Unforgotten, he would learn of his grandma's, Miriam Deichmann's, harrowing past.
When I flipped to the chapter named Auschwitz, and that's what caught my eye. And then I remember it's the shortest chapter in the book. It's a page long. And I remember reading it and just being completely shocked. Just like my whole world kind of changed in that moment.
Hearing stories of his grandma's life, who was orphaned at a very young age, impacted how he viewed his heritage forever.
Chasing you or something like that. It was your daily life, knowing that it could very easily be taken away, like constantly living in a sense of fear. And she managed to live because a Catholic family in France had taken her in and had pretended that she was part of their family.
And helped him not only further understand the extent of the Holocaust, but also brought attention to why it is so important we remember it.
Today we have a different view of that, and that's the reason we learn about it, and that's the reason we try and remember it, so it never happens again.
Henry will be telling his grandma's story on Monday, February 19th. For more information, visit holocaust.colostate.edu.
Tuition will increase by 3% starting in the 2018 to 2019 school year for all CSU students. Students do have a say in their fees through a program known as the Student Fee Review Board. This body is comprised of members intended to provide efficient, equitable, and consistent review of student fees and fee services, according to the University Board of Governors. SFRB reported the tuition increase is from a direct result from maintenance increases, minimum wage, and fringe benefits. This fee increase creates a university budget of $62 million overall for CSU. The top 3 programs that this fee supports are the University Fee Faculty Board, the Health Network, and the Laurie Student Center.
Hate crimes in the United States are on the rise. Leisha Brooks, the outreach director with the Southern Poverty Law Center, echoed this message in the Laurie Student Center and spoke about ways that Colorado State University students can actually help mitigate racial bias. Brooks says it's on us, and it's on you in particular as students. They are always the ones that push and create cultural change. If you don't feel it, it won't happen. It will go to the next generation. Brooks also discussed that standing in solidarity with marginalized people includes considering their culture and understanding their experiences. Brooks added that she is pleased that CSU students and faculty are conducting conversations about race and equality, and that CSU is unique among other colleges in this respect.
The University Center for the Arts hosted an artist lecture with CSU alum William Wiley, who discussed his historical photographs. I was there and have more for you now. CSU's own William Wiley gave a presentation at the Gregory Alakar Museum of Art on Thursday evening. The artist discussed his photography and his inspiration for shooting at the ancient site of Pompeii.
I was interested in photographing Pompeii because I had started many years ago collecting the 19th century photographs by Giorgio Sommer, which are also in the exhibition.
Wiley's talk came as a part of the Critic and Artist Residency series at the museum, and his photographs provide something interesting for people with a wide variety of backgrounds.
As with so many of our exhibitions, it really connects across such a wide range of different disciplines. So some of the obvious ones, of course, since it's looking at the site of Pompeii, excavation and collection practices at Pompeii, obviously connects with classics, with archaeology, with anthropology, with history, as well as with art history and studio.
The exhibit and artist talk drew a full audience of community members as well as CSU faculty and students.
The technical acumen of William Wiley is really, I think, unparalleled. The photographs themselves are immaculate technically, but just beautiful, beautiful images dealing with a really compelling subject matter.
Boland hopes that the exhibition can provide students who have little experience with art with an opportunity to connect with the photographs.
There are just so many ways to connect with art. I think anybody who thinks they don't like art probably hasn't spent enough time finding what it is that they really connect with.
Overall, the artist's connection to the university has given him the special opportunity to bring his work full circle.
Come back as an alum and have the show and share with a town that I love and a university that I love, and sort of my continued work.
Wiley's work will be on display in the Griffin Foundation Gallery until April 21st.
Reporter Christina Lane went to CSU's Elevate Climate Action event last Thursday, where community members in the city discussed ways to improve sustainability in Fort Collins.
The City of Fort Collins partnered with CSU's Center for Public Deliberation to create the Elevate Climate Action Forum. Members of the community discussed the city's climate action plan and steps to take toward a more sustainable future.
So the climate action plan is, we're talking about things that the community themselves can do in order to help positively impact our environment. So steps like composting your waste by yourself, switching to low energy light bulbs, things like that that anybody could do in order to help the environment.
Participants in the forum voted on the most efficient ways to reach the city's plan to reach a lower amount of carbon emissions used by the year 2020.
The Center for Public Deliberation does a lot of really great events in the community, so we were really interested in engaging more with the community, with more people in the community about how we can reach our climate action plan goals. We have these really big goals. Obviously, we as a city organization are doing a lot to try to reach those, but in order for us to reach our goals, we need everyone in the community to be contributing and everyone to be working together to reach those goals of carbon neutrality. Climate change can be a hard conversation to have with people, and when you're talking about people's habits, about the way they use energy, about the way they get to work in the morning, things like that, that's something that's a really personal thing, and it's not something that's always easy to talk about changing.
Results from the forum will be taken to the city to be reviewed and create a solution that will improve our local environment.
Fort Collins is really uniquely positioned in this respect, partly because the city is forward thinking about this type of events, and partly because we have Colorado State and the Center for Public Deliberation. We have these resources here that a lot of communities don't already have. So we have trained facilitators, trained moderators, we have process designers, and all those things combined creates real opportunity for doing public engagement and public outreach in a way that's really substantive rather than symbolic. And so it's an important process, and we're excited to do it more.
For more information, please visit the CSU Political Science webpage at polysci.colostate.edu.
I have a few of those energy-saving light bulbs in my house, and they work great.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely crazy how such small changes amongst normal household items can make a huge difference in our sustainability.
Definitely. Well, that wraps up our news segment for tonight, Rams. But don't go anywhere, because Edgar Cedillo will let us know how to prepare for the weekend with a full weather report.
Have a great night, CSU, and remember that Rams take care of Rams.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. but I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back from break, Rams. Hope you all had a good weekend. Hope you all stayed warm. It was a cold one out there. Looking at current temperatures right now, we have 35 degrees out in Fort Collins. Winds out of the 5 miles an hour out of the northeast. Your sunset was at 5:30 p.m. today. Looking at highs for tonight, we got 32 out in Denver, 30 in Colorado Springs, 32 in Pueblo, 30 in Grand Junction, 25 down in Telluride, 16 in Gunnison, 19 down in Alamosa. Looking out east, we have 21 in Sterling, matching that in Lyman with the 21 also. Out on the far eastern plains, we have 30 in Burlington and 27 in Lamar. Looking at tomorrow's forecast, we have 55 degrees in Fort Collins with the high of 27. Watch out for those winds. They will be pretty breezy out there. Your sunset will be at 5:34 p.m. Looking at your hourly forecast, we have 8 a.m. 24 degrees, 38 at 11, warming up to 44 around 2 o'clock, and then once that sun goes down, it will start to get pretty chilly. 39 at 5 and 27 at 9 if you're heading home from the library. Looking at state highs, 62 in Denver, 57 in Colorado Springs. Warm spot looks to be in Lamar, out at 69 degrees, 61 out in Burlington. Out west, we have 44 in Vail, 43 in Gunnison. Down south, 49 in Alamosa and a 45 in Telluride. Looking at the northwestern corner of the Colorado, 44 out in Craig. Looking at your 5-day, we have 55 on Wednesday, 42 on Thursday. Watch out for snow Thursday night. There's a chance for that. Warming up slightly over the weekend, 52 on Saturday, partly cloudy, and a low of 25. And Sunday looks to be pretty nice with a high of 51 and a low of 23. Looking at your date and night forecast for tomorrow, we got 40 degrees. It will be pretty windy out there, so grab a jacket. The winds will be out at 15 miles an hour, and then wind chill looks to be about 31, so definitely stay warm out there. Hope you'll have a good rest of your week. And then coming up after break, we have Terah with sports.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Welcome back from the break. I'm Terah Barrio, here to catch you up on all the latest sports news from the weekend. Over the weekend, the women's softball team traveled down to Texas for the Texas Classic and started out their season with a perfect record, finishing 4-0. On Friday, the Rams took on Wisconsin in Game 1, giving redshirt Larissa Petkoff her first win of the season after entering the circle for Bridget Hutton, who started the game and pitched 4 innings. Petkoff threw the final 3 innings, allowing no runs and just 1 hit, facing 12 batters. Karina Gambana gave the Rams their first home run of the season with a solo shot over left field's fence. Rams held Wisconsin with a victory, winning 4-3. In Game 2, the Rams came out hot with their bats, scoring 6 runs in the first 2 innings against the University of Incarnate Word. Both Haley Donaldson and Karina Gambona hit 2-run home runs in the bottom of the second, leading the Rams to a victory, winning 14-9. Rams also played a doubleheader on Saturday as well, defeating UIW in Game 3 and the Texas Longhorns in Game 4. Karina Gambona had a weekend at the plate for the CSU Rams. Gambona hit 2 of the 4 home runs that were hit over the weekend down in Texas. Gambona also ended the weekend with 5 hits, 5 runs, and 3 RBIs, and a batting average of .417. The women's softball team travels next to Tucson, Arizona, Thursday, February 15th. Great news for the women's swimming and diving team. They are heading to the Mountain West Championship February 14th through the 17th at the Palo Alto College Aquatic Center in San Antonio. CSU made history in January going 6-0 in Mountain West, and it marked the 6th meet with a streak for the Rams since 2007-2008 season and the team's 8-3 duel. The Rams placed 5th at the Mountain West Championship last year, which was their best they had done during head coach Woody Woodrum's tenure in Fort Collins. The Rams hope to improve and place higher than 5th place this year. The Rams have defended on performances by senior Rowan Huber, junior Tanisha Thomas, sophomore Marie Goodwin, and freshman Maddie Ward. The 4 swimmers combined 28 wins this season, all ranked in the league's top swimmers. Huber's top time in 50 freestyle was 23.15, which ranked her 6th in the league's. Huber's also ranked 6th in the 100 backstroke with a time of 4 minutes, 17.30 seconds. Thomas also was ranked 7th for the backstroke 100 with a time of 54.52. 5th in the 200, junior Haley Rowley, who was also all-conference performer last year, set 5 individual program records as a sophomore, participated in her first event this January where she picked up where she left off in her 2016-2017 season, dominating with 4 winning individual events last month. Fans can watch the meet live all week on Flow Swimming. For more information of time and schedules, go to 2018 Mountain West Conference Central page. Last weekend, the CSU club baseball team traveled down to Lamar, Colorado, where they took on the Lamar Junior College in a doubleheader, and unfortunately lost both games. Tonight, we were lucky to be joined by pitcher Jay Chamberlain, So Jay, can you give me a little highlight on the games last weekend?
Last weekend was rough. It was our first time outside the whole spring season, so it was a little rough. We came out, lost both games, but on the bright side, our defense made no errors the whole entire day, so that's really impressive as far as defense things. We need to reduce the amount of walks we're throwing, but other than that, it's looking really good.
So from personal experience, before I transferred here to CSU, I played college softball my freshman year, and before we would start conference games, we would play up in division. And so I just want to know, how do you believe playing up in division helps your guys' team prepare for upcoming games this season?
That's funny because these games are probably some of the most important games we play all year. This competition from these junior colleges that we playing last weekend, this next weekend, and even the next weekend after that, we're playing a JUCO. They're some of the most important games because it's the closest competition to what we're going to be seeing in regionals and come nationals when, guys are throwing a little harder, the hitters are hitting a little harder, runners are faster, everything's just better. So it's really good preparation for the end of the season.
Is there anything else you would like to add about this upcoming season?
Not really. Other than that, we're just staying hungry. We need help from our fans, but other than that.
So can you remind us when your first home opener is? Because I know it's coming up soon.
Our first home opener, I really don't know at this time. I'm terribly sorry.
That's okay. Well, that's all I have for tonight. Thank you, Jay, for joining us tonight. Tune in next week for more news about the upcoming season of spring sports. But don't go just yet. We have Litos Castro giving all you need to know about Valentine's Day coming up in the CSU Fashion Show.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream, that I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly, just to come back in a new disguise and be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Well, hello there, Rams. I hope you're all having a great week, and I'm here to make it even better. I'm Litos Castro, your entertainment anchor. Let's dive in. CSU has plenty of good-looking students all around campus. And what better way to show off our beautiful students than with a fashion show?
This past Thursday, the Department of Design and Merchandising started getting ready for their annual fashion show. A model call was held where students would show up, strut their stuff, and show the judges what they got. If you're looking to be a model yourself, one show director says to keep your head up and to not let anything stop you.
We're all human. We all have blemishes now and then. We all kind of feel like, oh gosh, like I'm not skinny enough, or I don't look this certain way, I don't fit the model. But I think that you can't let any of that stop you.
And I've heard there's a lot to look forward to.
There's a lot of cool stuff that we're looking to do with the theme, and we're really excited about it.
After everyone gets their audition, the judges then select who will perform in the fashion show.
If you want to be a model, if you feel that you have that that confidence level, and you like being in front of a camera and in a crowd, and if you love fashion, then I think you could be a model.
If you're interested in attending the fashion show, it will be in a couple months on Friday, April 6th. Starting this Friday, the UCA is putting on a new play. The play is titled Appropriate. A father and his 3 adult children begin sorting through a big bunch of old mementos and junk. It's during the sorting of all the old clutter that reveals some shocking facts about the father's past. The play, only meant for mature audiences, won the Obie Award for the Best New American Play in 2014-2015 year. The play will begin on Friday at 7:30, where CSU students get in for free. There is a big hunt that's about to take place here in Fort Collins. A scavenger hunt, that is. Starting on Saturday, the Where's Walnut scavenger hunt will begin. Local businesses in Old Town, specifically on Walnut Street, are giving people the chance to win a $100 downtown gift card by participating in the hunt. Here's how it works. You would explore the 13 participating businesses on the search for hidden squirrel dolls. If you find all of them, you can be entered in to win one of the 4 $100 gift cards. Simple as that. I don't know about you, but I'm going nuts just thinking about it. Yeah. All right. Who knew Valentine's Day would be the day to fall in love with beer? Tomorrow, 17 Fort Collins breweries will be coming together at Block 1 to showcase their finest drink creations. The event is produced by the Downtown Business Association and is also in support of the annual Colorado Brewers Festival that will take place in June. If you are going to this event, I encourage you to stay safe and look out for one another. If you're like me and will be spending Valentine's Day alone, don't worry, because I have found some things for you to do if nobody is lucky enough to spend some time with your beautiful self. One option to do is, do what I do. Stay at home alone, eating ice cream, because how can you have anything against ice cream? Or you can go to the gym, work hard and get out all the sadness just stuck. Hey, you could go see a movie where very happy couples will be celebrating the love that they are so lucky to have. But in all seriousness, if you don't have anybody to celebrate Valentine's Day with, just do what you can to have a good time. You can play some video games, read a book, hang out with some friends. As long as it's safe and enjoyable, you can call Valentine's Day a success. Well, my sweets, I must bid you adieu, and I wish you a lovely Valentine's Day. And don't forget to tune in to Ram Life tomorrow at 7 p.m. on CTV 11.